Hey, what's going on guys, my name is GamesLinks and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program, where today we are going to Scathe, which is a Planet Beyond Home planet pack. And originally I was hoping for this craft to have more than one crew member on board, but it's just classic Jebediah going off to Scathe. I wanted to have more than one crew. I wanted to have a scientist come along, because I have a strategy which lets scientists earn a little bit more science, either that or a little bit more funds when doing science. I think it's 50% more science when doing science, as long as you have a scientist there. So that's what I was hoping for, but nope, I don't have the Delta V to do it. I'm hoping this makes it. This is 10,000 Delta V, and this should hopefully land and return from Scathe, but if not, it will definitely get us there in one piece. That's if Jebediah is a good enough pilot, and I am leaving my name out of this. But I'm actually quite a fan of this rocket. I don't have 2.5 meter fairings yet, so unfortunately the lander is exposed, but that's not really something that I can really help. As for a gravity turn, I don't think this is the best one that I've done. Yeah, this one's quite bad, so I might just throttle down a little bit and let myself glide to a nice orbit. But yeah, we're almost at orbit. Oh, well, no, we're not. We're almost at apoapsis anyway, and we'll see where Scathe is. So, some information on Scathe. It has a gravity of, I think, 0.56 G's at sea level, which means you're not going to be able to use your RCS pack. So I've spammed loads and loads of ladders on this in the hopes that I will be able to climb them. I don't normally use ladders, so we'll just see how that goes. I don't have the most confidence in them. Most of this episode, well, I'm going to cut it out, but most of it's probably just going to be me trying to get up a ladder. But no, I've been putting off launching a space station for the moment because it's not the most enjoyable thing to watch. Now, if I start launching a space station with like loads and loads of modules and parts that you're going to start docking with, then yeah, that's going to be enjoyable to watch. But at the moment, if it's just for the sake of a contract, there's literally no point. I don't want to do it just for a contract. Also, I warped a little bit too far. So we have an orbit and our engine cut out, which was planned because now we're onto the transfer stage. Something tells me this is going slightly too well at the moment, and there we go, a lovely view of Destiny and Fate. And a lovely view of Road as well, if Scatter's Oceans weren't bugging out, which they are over there. But for the most part, they're not over there, so it looks pretty nice. Anyway, this is our transfer stage, and this should hopefully get us part way to Scathe. And you know what time it is now? It's time warp time. Alright, so we are back. We've just done our bit of time warping to get to the transfer window. See, I don't plan my missions that way. I don't look at the transfer windows and go, let's go here. I just pick a planet and I'm like, we're going here today. But I don't want to keep going back to Hydrus every single time. I've been there like 2 or 3 times already. No, twice I think. Yeah, I think I've been there twice. I was going to go a 3rd time, and then someone, I can't remember the name honestly, but someone commented below and they were like, why don't you go to Scathe? And I was like, you know what, that is a decent idea. So there is a big Beyond Home update on the way. It's in the works. I've sent a couple of pre-releases out, one to KSP Fanatic, who's doing a movie which is using the mod, and obviously since they're already recording footage they need an updated version of the mod to be able to do that accurately. So yes, there might be a trailer out on the channel for that, even though it's mainly his work, but I am contributing some clips, some environmental footage, and some 4K clips as well. So since I have some sort of part in that, I'm going to post a trailer on the channel closer to release date, so that's something to look out for. But you can always subscribe to his channel, and if I do remember, I will link his channel in the description. If not, and you've watched this far, comment down below and call me a moron, and I'll probably remember. Alright, so we are in orbit around the Tempest System Barycenter, and we need to correct our orbit. Now, the ascending node is 0 degrees, so all we have to do is a couple of radial adjustments, I think. And it should all be fine and dandy. There we go, we have an encounter. So that's quite easy because Scathe isn't inclined in the slightest. Now then, we need to pick a landing spot because Scathe is quite big and it does have quite some mountains, but it also has a lot of flat areas. which means I'm gonna land in a flat area. You get science bonuses for landing on the peaks, but it's like, look how jagged they look. So that's where you get the science bonuses though. It encourages a challenge, and because I barely ever play KSP, I'm not up for that challenge yet. No, but I'll probably end up sending maybe like a rover there. Wait, did I go too far? No, I didn't go far enough. I might end up sending something like a rover there just for the experience. Anyway, so I managed to get my periapsis. So here we are around Scathe. Now it should be, there it is. Hello. Now a fun fact for those of you who have watched up to this point, because the movie that's being made using Beyond Home is coming out soon, there's also a new skybox for it, and I kind of want to implement that into the mod. So this skybox might be going, I might have it as an optional download because I do quite like it, but the next one suits the mod a lot more, and there'll be more information on this later, but because I can't say too much about the whole movie coming out, I'm just going to stay quiet for a little bit. So, our transfer stage, right, the problem I have is that this mission is doing slightly too well. It sounds like it's doing too well, and like something will go wrong, because the transfer stage was perfect, right? The lifter stage cut out as soon as I got to orbit. The transfer stage has survived up to here, and it should get us into a circular orbit, and then the lander stage is going to get us to land, but it's like, I feel like something's going to go wrong, I really do. So how much delta V do we have left? More than half. We have more than half delta V left, and this is around 80% of Rhodes' gravity. This is quite a difficult difficult planet to land on. Now I haven't done the science in space near just yet, and I might have to circle around and go back to the periapsis here. I'll do a little bit of science as well. Anyway, circularization time. Now we have 143 delta V, and that's not going to get us into a perfectly circular orbit, but it should get us relatively close. Alright, let's see where this gets us then. That's not too bad. It should cut out in a second. There we go. That's not too bad. The thing is, right, this is a really flat place for us to land. That's mildly loud. We're going to be taking off from Scathe with less delta V, less than half delta V, even though landing on Scathe would be the halfway trip. So there is a chance we'll run out of fuel on the way back to Rhodes. I'm going to do a special quick save here because I'm scared. I haven't done a landing quite like this in a fairly long time. So 1000 meters per second, and then we're just going to let ourselves drift. There's our landing spot in that little cavern there. I think we're going to overshoot it very, very slightly. Ever so slightly. We might be landing on a little bit of a slope, but that's not too bad. I'll cancel out my horizontal velocity so we don't quite land on a complete slope. 519 meters per second of delta V left, and that's what I mean about the terrain. It gets a lot more detailed the closer you get. Now we have some cool rocks as well. Now the ground is coming a lot faster than I kind of expected. So we're just gonna quick save again, get our velocity down even more. 27 seems alright for the most part. And this is where we really start to kill our velocity. Now then, we need to cancel out the horizontal velocity completely if possible. Oh, this is going to be difficult to do. A difficult landing to be sure, but is it a welcome one? We'll find out. 1.5 meters per second to land on isn't too bad. There we go. Ooh, that is a lot heavier than I expected. 75 meters per second on the lander stage until we have to decouple. There is another stage. There are decouplers there. Is this going to be enough to get us home? 3,601? Unlikely. It is unlikely that this will get us completely home, but it should hopefully get us into an orbit. All we need really is an encounter with Rhodes. But this is a tough planet to land on. And with the amount of technology we have, is it completely viable to land here? I don't know. But we'll do some science anyway, you know. Well, the thing is, we can just launch a rescue mission if needed. Can we climb down these? The thing is, I mentioned earlier, we can't use our RCS pack because the gravity is too high. The only problem is transferring between these ladders. I don't think I'm going to be able to do it. Yeah, there's our problem. Relatively flat. Rover wanted. Because if I send a rover, I'll probably send it here. This is a really nice place for a rover, in my opinion. I really do like this place. I think it's a really good place for a rover, this little basin. Because you can get so much science. You can get the basin science, you can get the Midlands and the Highland science if you just drive right up there. That's really good. So if this flag survives, we'll send a rover here at some point. Well, I really hope we can make it. And if this takes too long, I'm just going to cut the video and just put it back. Yes, it worked! Oh my god. It didn't work coming down, but it worked coming up. Don't mind if I do. Oh my god. I was almost shaking with that. Okay, let's board. We're on our way home. I don't know whether we'll have enough Delta V or not, but I hope for the best. Good thing is, we are landed at exactly the equator. So getting back to road, in terms of inclination adjustment, shouldn't be too difficult, but we're going to quick save, and then we need to point 90 degrees, which is this way. There goes that stage. They crashed into each other because I was still spinning when I launched it like an idiot. I really hope this gets us back to road. The orbital velocity was 1,600, which gives us roughly 1,000 to do our transfer back. I hope this works. I really do hope this works. And there goes the stage, just hitting the ground. Goodbye! I'm really happy with this planet as well. The terrain, I think it's just beautiful. It's got the right amount of flat areas, like over there. It's got the right amount of mountains. Now, you might be wondering why I didn't take science from the ground scatters. And that's because when we send a rover, I want to do it then. I don't want to do it immediately. I want to do it when we have a rover here. We have an orbit around Scathe. Now, just for clarification, Scathe's gravity at sea level 0.56. Escape velocity is 2,000, so we should be going around 1,400. Now we have 3 meters per second. Okay, last stage. It just looks so nice. It just looks so nice. I should have just landed here in this massive flat area, but I mean, there are rocks, we're just too far away for them to render, but it would have been a lot safer. Although it looks way less interesting than the mountains over there. I really hope we can make it back to road, I really do. It should be around 2,000 to get in the encounter, we just have to hit road. And if we're moving at 4,000 meters per second as we hit road, it's fine, we have a heat shield. Right, tracking station. It's time to do some maneuvering. Alright, we are back. We have... Oh my god, these mountains are huge. We've just finished time warping for the encounter for road. And I am actually really impressed with this terrain, to be honest. That looks sick. Whoa. Anyway, I've just finished doing the encounter for road. Again, we're really cutting it short on Delta V. I need to sort out... Now, we need to go backwards, don't we? We need to be doing a retrograde sort of escape. I really don't want to be like 5 or 4 meters per second short. That would be the worst. Our encounter's way off. Oh no. Is it actually that bad? Oh well, we can use a little bit more Delta V and get an actual encounter there. Road encounter. Road periapsis is 18 million. That's fine. Right, well, our relative velocity will be a little bit more than desirable, but we're still gonna have 1,200 Delta V in the bank. It's fine. Start burn in 4 minutes. Okay. And what I really like about these high gravity planets, although this is only 0.56 Gs, what I really like about these high gravity planets is that you get to see the terrain all the time up close. Look at these mountains that I'm almost going to hit. Okay. Let's start the burn. This tiny, tiny little craft is coming home, boys. Okay, that looks fine. And we're going to get an ash encounter from up there. Wow. That's good enough. We'll adjust it as we get a little bit closer. So, we're going to get an ash encounter, but I'm not too bothered about that. And now it's time we time warp back to road. Alright, we are on our way for the ash encounter, but we've already done as much science as we possibly can, so there's really not much point. Alright, let's manually do this one, because this one wants to take a little bit longer than normal. I'm going to have to do my adjustment as we get relatively close. And because of how roads orbited around the... I did not account for this, but because of how roads orbited around the stars, it's my orbit's on the wrong side. I feel like I'm going to have to do a little bit of quick saving here. This is going to be a very steep re-entry. Nah, I could just raise it a little bit more and just land in the dark, but I don't want to land in the dark. The things I do. Okay, we are really close to road now, and we are going to start slowing down. Otherwise we are screwed. We're going to be heating up a little bit sooner than I expected. Way sooner than I expected, but hopefully I will decouple this stage soon. I'm just trying to burn the rest of it off. And it looks like it's about to overheat and explode, so I really do need to jettison this stage. Oh, there we go. We were seconds off. And it smashed back into us, but we're fine. That was kind of scary how it smashed back into us, actually. For the most part, it looks like we've survived. And hi, Lua. Because we're landing near to the North Pole, I don't see any Aurora. It's fine. We're landing quite close to the North Pole, and the North Pole of road is it's really, really mountainous. Because there used to be ice here. The Kerbals, when they colonised Road, they had to melt the ice caps to actually do the colonisation, which is why, well, that's why there's no ice caps, really. I mean, they had to get rid of the ice caps for the colonisation, but the mountains are still here. And there we go, we've landed back at Road, with Lua in the distance. That's a really nice screenshot material as well. You know what, this could be the thumbnail. Now let's see how much science we got, because I think we got quite a fair amount from this mission. This mission that took 2.5 years to do, I think, 3.5. 150.9 science. Alright, let's just warp to morning. Just it looks a little bit nicer. There you go, not quite morning, but it's close enough. We have almost 1 million funds. Now we do have some contracts probably to go to Scathe at this point. No? Okay, well, screw you too. Let's see what sort of stuff we're going to get with our science. So, we can get quite a fair bit, actually. Advanced fuel systems gives us more tanks. I don't really need them just yet. Specialized construction gives us the bigger fairing. For the most part, this is looking pretty good. But what do I want? Do I want command modules? This does give us some nice Mark II stuff, which could get us in the process of sending rovers. Because I want to send a rover somewhere. Now, we do have the wheels, don't we? I think I got that last episode. I think I got some wheels. I think. But, advanced fuel systems? Nah, it doesn't like we really need this just yet. This is a difficult one. Specialized construction gives us the fairings and docking port. Right, we're getting this one. Specialized construction it is. Space stations, docking ports, bigger fairing. We can send a load more stuff, a load more payloads. It's all going to be fine. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this episode of Kerbal Space Program. If you like that, please remember to hit the like and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next episode.